Hello there, Virgo. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing a special reading. This is your Mars and Gemini transit reading. So Mars actually went into Gemini on Saturday, August 20th, and it will stay there for 7 months. So until March of 2023. The wonderful thing about this energy is that it is full of divine masculine energy, of taking action on those things that we are trying to truly bring into our life. So your transit, the transit is happening actually in your 10th house of purpose. So during this time, you are going to be taking bigger action towards things that you think are on your soul's purpose. You know, the things that you feel like you are here to do, whether it's, you know, using your spiritual gifts, your creative abilities, your healing capacities. Is about taking a lot of action in that area in order to have a better sense of fulfillment in your life. Now, Virgo, that actually has been coming out already in some of your readings. You know, you've done a lot of work of letting go of, you know, any pain or trauma from the past. You've been working on healing your inner child, and now you're coming into this sense of knowing who you truly are and wanting to express that to the world. So we're going to take a look at your present energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll get into the tarot. I've kind of put the cards out during that long intro. And we'll see where this goes. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's see. Your animal spirit is the badger spirit. Be fearless and bold. Yeah, that is going to be you, Virgo. You are really going to be stepping into this energy of boldness, of understanding that, you know, I am here for a reason, and now I've gotten rid of all the clutter, the mind traps, the limiting beliefs, and now it's really putting your time and your effort into bringing in things that are based on your soul's purpose. And then look at this, new beginning. I do feel like you really have a new beginning. You know, Virgo, your readings have also had some romance in them lately. So I feel like you could be having a new beginning for some of you. You could be starting even a new family. You could be, you know, if you're already in a committed relationship, you could be starting a family. If you're single, I feel like you may be meeting someone that does lead to, the beginning of perhaps starting a family. You also have poise and the emperor. Really, the emperor is very much that Mars energy, right? It's Aries energy, but really building what it is that you want to build, you know, based on your purpose, understanding that you are poised now to bring in whatever it is, to build whatever it is that you want in your life, whether it's a business, a career, a family. It's this energy of, I can do it. The emperor has no doubts. And that's exactly the type of energy you're going to have for the next 7 months. It's like there are no doubts. You got rid of all those doubts. You've done all that hard work. And now it's like, yeah, I can accomplish anything. So let's take a look at your present energy. Not for you. And then the 7 of Cups. I feel like this is what you've been working on for like the last 6 months or so. You know, this energy of recognizing what is not working in your life, whether it's relationships, a career, a job, a situation in your life, or even your own belief systems. You know, it's kind of like you've cleared out. You know, Capricorn had a little bit of this energy, and I was saying it was like they had cleared out the closet. There was nothing in it, and now it was time to go shopping. I feel you have that same type of energy. It's like, okay, the closet is empty, and now with the 7 of Cups, it's like, okay, what do I want to go buy? You know, oh, I'll take one of those. One of those is looking at your options and understanding that because you have cleared out a lot of, you know, especially those limiting beliefs or, you know, things that were holding you back, fears or, resentments or pain from the past. It's as if the options are so much more wider for you because you don't have the fears that you had before. You've gotten rid of the fears, the shadows that were attached to some of those situations that you had experienced in the past. So now all of a sudden it's like, well, if the fear isn't there, there are a lot more options, right? Because they're saying ice skating. So, say you are a rather inexperienced ice skater. You're going to go into a new world where you're going to learn how to ice skate, right? If you came into this new ice skating hobby or whatever, and you still had all of these limiting beliefs that you had from before, you may be like, you might get there and you're kind of like, no, I'm not going to start today. I'll start next week. Or, you might buy some, you might go buy a lot of padding to wear because you're afraid you're going to fall. You may want to just hold on to the side rail, right? And you don't really learn how to skate because you can't learn to skate if you're holding on to the side rail. But you have gotten rid of some of those fears, some of those things that were holding you back. So it's kind of like you show up the first day, and I'm not saying that you're, completely maybe fearless, right? But you go out there, you're tentative perhaps on the first day, a little tentative, but you're not holding on to the railing. You don't have so much pillows and I don't know, cushioning around you so that you can actually move and skate. You listen to the teacher, maybe you hire a coach, you listen to the teacher, you let the teacher, help you learn how to put on the skates properly so your ankles won't hurt. There's all these things. It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it right. I really like this energy because it's okay, I'm going in a new direction. Some of you may be even moving, but it's kind of like, that's okay. I know that I might fall. It's kind of like the first day you ice skate. Okay, I know I might fall. That's part of this. It's almost as if you're like, yeah, I know I'm going to fall. It's part of learning how to ice skate, but that's okay. I know I'm also going to get back up and keep skating. Whereas in the past, you may have thought, oh, I'm going to fall. I might get hurt. So I'm not going to skate. So you see, your whole life is opening up for you because you're not allowing your fears to limit your options. Yeah. I really feel some of you are moving. You have King of Wands on the bottom being, the King of Wands is he's a spiritual leader. So some of you could be going into a more spiritual type of business, but he also is very confident. He's like, oh, there's that competition. Maybe you are starting a new business. Oh, there's some competition. I'm not worried about that at all. It's kind of like having the confidence to know that whatever comes across your path, you can take care of it. And I feel like some of that is coming in because you have been through so much, Virgo, but every time you overcame one of those obstacles in the past or got over a disappointment, right, that you were a little bit stronger. And now it's like you're fearless. You're coming into this fearless because look, you have the fears, the moon. There are fears, right? But it doesn't matter. You're still moving on. You're not allowing the fears to stop you. And then we have the Page of Cups. In fact, not only are you not letting the fears stop you, you're actually doing it with love. You're doing it with enthusiasm, with lots of energy, with positivity. I really love that. For some of you, this could be, dipping your toe into the realm of the romantic love sector. I really love this energy. So let's take a look at your area of resistance or your obstacle. Now remember, this is what you're overcoming over the next 7 months. So we have peace and we have the Lover's card. Okay, this is Gemini energy. This is Mars in Gemini, right? But it's also the old tarot choice card. So choosing what is good for your heart, making choices that bring you in peace and harmony with what your heart and your soul is wanting. It's also, you know, the Lover's card. It could be a romantic partner that is coming in, but it's not filled with competition. You know, in the past, you could have had romance, but it left you feeling abandoned and alone, or you felt like you were competing for their attention, or competing, you know, against other people for their attention. Now it's peaceful. There's no conflict. There's a sense of, yes, we're in this together. I love the embrace in that Lover's card. It's just so very loving. It's peaceful. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this. I do feel, yeah, you know, your 10th house, I'm looking at my notes here, is also making bonds with both new and old acquaintances. So I feel like for some of you, you really are bringing in new romance. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. You've been blocking the Two of Cups from coming, you know, from coming in because of your own self-doubts. So there is this energy of overcoming your fears of being in love, of, you know, and this is really based on past experience. But over the next 7 months, you are coming into contact with somebody that is a true soulmate, somebody that I feel like will be on your path for some time. It's all about getting past the fears and the self-doubt. I feel like this person is actually going to perhaps have the same type of energy. The two of you may help each other to get to the point of feeling like you can, it's almost as if you're holding back your physical intimacy, you know, like even just affection. It's almost like you're holding that back. But I feel as if once you get into feeling comfortable, you know, with some affection with this person, it kind of like melts. It's interesting. It kind of melts your heart. The barriers go away. You understand that it's almost a sense of longing for this. And you may not even recognize it until you actually have an embrace with this person. Really interesting. As if, I feel like there's really some energy here about when you embrace them, it's almost as if you are, in a sense, embracing yourself. Okay, so it's as if you're embracing this other person. They're embracing you. And then at the same time, it's kind of like you feel as if your energies are together, and it's like your heart is singing because for the very first time in maybe a very long time, you understand that you have been really longing for this almost like physical touch. You know, we have been, you know, through something these last 2 years. It is something that I know a lot of people talk about, you know, that just the lack of physical touch that we had for a very long time. You know, I was a teacher. I taught 4th grade, and, you know, 4th graders are very, you know, I mean, you know, they're very huggy, you know, to each other, to teachers, you know, I mean, in a very appropriate way. And that was one of the things that we had to, you know, eliminate. And it was really difficult, you know, not doing high fives and, you know, doing air bumps and stuff like that. But we did talk about that, you know, everybody, we really are humans. We're animals, you know, and it's kind of like, we do need that physical touch. And I feel like when you have this physical touch, once again, it's almost like it melts your heart. You understand how much you have been longing for this. For the love, it's not just the physical intimacy. There is a true connection. Because your advice here is the Two of Cups. The time to go, all right, I feel is that it's time to leave the past in the past. They're almost like saying, you know, toss that card. It's about leaving the past in the past and understanding that it's time to go get the love that you are truly searching, the bond that you are truly searching for. That this is part of your soul's path. is to overcome perhaps difficult relationships in the past, and to find your true counterpart. Wow, really, I feel, Virgo, and I know this from your comments, so many of you have shared your experiences in the past, shared what you have overcome, some childhood trauma, that type of thing. I feel like you have done that, like you're understanding that when you meet this person, you're also putting all of that. It's almost as if it is in almost like a different time, a lifetime, like a totally different lifetime. You're kind of like, yeah, that it's almost as if that didn't occur. When you have this embrace with this person, it like totally melts all of that away. It's almost as if it's not even in your mindset anymore. And part of that is because you have done so much work in that area. But I feel like you truly understand that you have healed those wounds. Yeah. Yeah, you're seeing clearly. And then there's the Page of Pentacles. Knowing that this is something that if you nurture it and you take care of it, which you will, Virgo, right? That it's going to grow into something that is truly magnificent. We have the Justice card. I feel like you're bringing balance. You're on top of any of your feelings, but it's also about seeing clearly. I see clearly now how much I have longed for this, how much this is part of my path. Because this is about, it is in your 10th house, your house of purpose. You could have, up to this point, felt like love wasn't in the picture for you. It's just not part of my path. And now I feel like you understand, no, love is part of my path. It is part of who I am. When I step into my power, I understand that I can also bring in a beautiful love, somebody that understands me, that gets me, that embraces all of me, not just part of me. That could be part of it. You could have had situations in the past where, you were loved for part of you. You could have even been loved for your business sense or, your financial stability, whatever. But you didn't feel loved for who you are because, whatever we say, when you own a business or whatever, that is kind of a label that you have, right? It's not your true essence of who you are. I feel like this person helps you to loves you for who your core value person is. But I think you also step into this energy of truly loving yourself. Wow. Okay, so let's see what we have. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Yeah, the expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Now, the thing I will say, Virgo, is that, and this is kind of like a, stereotype, but Virgo, sometimes you can be, highly critical of yourself and sometimes of others. I feel like maybe you have been extremely critical of yourself. You could have grown up in an environment where there was a lot of either criticism or judgment or high expectations, but that really has played into your mind, kind of quelched your own self-confidence. It's put you into a sense of doubting things and then blocking things because, I'm not sure I'm lovable. I'm not sure that I'm capable of bringing into life what it is that I want. Worrying that you're not perfect enough or something like that. This person helps you to understand that the best parts of you are the parts that maybe you don't think are perfect, right? It's, there is something about the quirkiness of people, and maybe because I was a teacher of 9 and 10-year-olds, right? But sometimes the quirky things that people have are the things that make them so endearing. You could have grown up in an environment where the quirky things about you were not considered, appropriate or not appropriate, but you know, you were picked on because of your quirkiness. I feel like this person, because look, it's a girl and a bluebird, right? It's almost as if this person loves your quirkiness and you love their quirkiness. It's what kind of, it's almost the thing that you have been hiding this whole time, your quirkiness. You've been kind of hiding it from other people because maybe when you were young, you know, somebody made fun of you because of that or tried to change that quirkiness out of you, you know, and now all of a sudden you meet somebody that's a kind of like, you know, the thing I love most about you is your quirkiness, you know, that something about yourself that you've been hiding. You know, that movie, It's Complicated, and it has Meryl Streep and Steve Martin in it, and they're dating at the time, and you know, they're older, and Meryl Streep says something to him about, you know, well, aren't I too old for you? They're like the same age, right? And he was like, no, that's the thing I love about you the most, because she's been going out on all these dates with men that only wanted to date much younger women, right? And so she was like, well, you know, why do you even like me? I'm like your age, you know? And he was like, that's the thing I love about you the most. Okay, that is kind of that type of energy. This person loves you for that part of you that you may have been hiding or been judgmental about, because it's the thing that has maybe prevented you from being in love or being loved in the past. So, yeah, it's a brand new beginning for you. And I feel like this is a relationship that really does blossom into something that is beautiful, you know, that goes the distance, that, you know, you could become a long-term committed relationship if that's what you're looking for, and perhaps family, because that baby is really coming out for me. All right. Well, Virgo, I am going to leave it there. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. And I really do appreciate all of your support through likes, comments, and subscriptions. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.